My name is Joshua Ruelas. This is my oral requirement for English 230. I'm going to go over the theme in the story Jury of Her Peers by Susan Glassbill. I guess first I'm going to define theme. For those, just I guess as a recap, I'm sure we all know what a theme is. So reading from page 22 of our textbook, theme is a generalization about the meaning of a story. It often suggests principles of right and wrong behavior. It also states in here that it could be a moral message. Doesn't necessarily have to be a moral message. Most of the time it is a moral message, or as the textbook suggests, a story of principles of right or wrong behavior. So before I get into the theme of Jury of Her Peers, I just want to get into the context a little bit of the time the author lived in, and ultimately the time that the author wrote about. So the context of the author was in the 1900s, early 1900s. She wrote this story in 1916. And at that time there was the revolution for equality amongst sexes, and in particular this story really addresses the necessity of equality within the justice system, meaning, well, I guess basically in the past, in that time, the team of jurors in a case, murder case, or whatever it may be, was dominantly male. Actually, women were legally excluded from that team. And so that's the context of that time. And ultimately the theme of the story, the underlying message that the author is trying to portray, trying to share, is the importance of equality in general, really, but she's using this I guess specific area, which would be women as jurors. And we see that this is true basically through the story. We see that the men who are portrayed as overbearing, physically abusive, also verbally abusive, these men mock the women as if they can't find a clue towards the murder, since they were all there together in the home of the suspect and also of the victim. And ironically, the women actually solve the case. They hide the evidence, though, mainly because of the overbearing and disrespect that was shown to them. And so ultimately they sympathize with the suspect, which was a woman, and they solved the case. And basically her motive to murder her husband was his overbearingness. So they sympathized with her, and they ultimately got rid of the evidence. So I'm assuming then she was let go. The message, though, the theme is, like I said, the importance of equality. And we see that importance because without equality, without essentially all our pistons running, right, male and female, on the jury team, the justice system can't actually function as it ought to. Since women understand specific things about women and other things as well, and men also understand other things that they may not. And so with both minds put together, how can the system fail ultimately? Although it still may, even today. But it is better off with equality within the system, which I believe the author was trying to share, and ultimately just get us to see the importance.